Hello and welcome back, my growing pals. Did you know that charcoal, aka biochar, offers numerous benefits when used in the garden, especially in our compost? In today's video, as I make my own charcoal, aka biochar, I will be informing you of some of the benefits. So growing up in Jamaica, when I was a little girl, I can remember vividly watching Mas John digging some gigantic holes and filling them with all different type of wood and sticks that he got from trees that he chopped down. And after he put them in the ground, he buried them by covering it with soil, and he left it there for many days to burn. And after it is burned, then he will go back and take out the charcoal, put it in some rice bags, and then he will sell it to people to use in their outside kitchens. Now today, I am not going to be digging a hole, but I'm going to be using a metal drum. I got this drum from a family friend, and here I am removing the drum from where it was. The last time we used it, I think it was on July 4th when my husband roasted breadfruit on top of it. But today, instead of using the bottom of the drum, we are going to be using the inside of the drum. The first thing that I want to do is to put some holes in the drum to regulate the temperature and combustion while making the charcoal. Now, the holes in the drum, that is called vents, will allow oxygen to enter and feed the fire, creating high temperatures that is needed for pyrolysis, and that is converting the wood into charcoal. Controlling airflow through the vents allow you to manage the heat. Opening vents increases oxygen, increases heat, while restricting airflow by partially closing them lowers the temperature. Unfortunately, my drill is not able to penetrate this drum. I don't know what type of drum this is, but it is the toughest drum I have ever seen in my entire life. The drill cannot bore this drum. Oh my goodness. You know what? I think I'm going to get my machete and try to chop this drum instead of boring it with this drill. I can't believe it. Okay, I am back with the machete. I'm going to sharpen it first to ensure that it can go through this drum. Alright, that's good enough. So let me try the machete now. And oh my God. Guys, trust me. I was using so much energy. And this drum makes it look as if I wasn't even trying. The machete cannot go through this drum either. Let me try the top. Ah! Oh Lord. Too tough. Try again. One more time. Oh, okay. Alright. So I'm not going to do it again. Alright, no problem. I know what I'm going to do. I am going to set the drum on this piece of concrete right here, and I'm going to be filling it with the board and sticks and everything that I can find to make charcoal. And some of the things that I'm going to be putting in here is just for the fire. But the thing that is mainly for the charcoal is the big pieces of 2x4 that I'm going to be using in there, and probably some pieces of sticks as well. Okay, so let's talk about the charcoal a little bit. Now, the charcoal can help prevent soil compaction and improve drainage, especially in heavy clay soils. Adding charcoal to your soil also enhances water retention. While improving drainage, charcoal also has an absorbent quality, allowing it to hold onto water like a sponge. This is particularly beneficial in sandy soils, helping to retain moisture for longer periods and reducing the need for frequent watering. And that is one of the reasons why I'm going to be adding it to my compost. Pertaining to nutrient retention, charcoal acts as a nutrient magnet, absorbing and holding onto essential plant nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus, that might otherwise leak out of the soil. It then slowly releases these nutrients back to the plants as needed, reducing the reliance on frequent fertilization. Now you all understand why I want to add it to my compost, right? The biochar also increases microbial activity. The porous structure of charcoal provides a habitat and refuge for beneficial soil microorganisms and fungi. These microbes play a vital role in nutrient cycling and overall soil health. This creates more optimal conditions for a wider range of plants to thrive and can improve the availability of nutrients. When charcoal is mixed into potting soil or compost, charcoal can effectively absorb unpleasant odors from decaying organic matter. Charcoal is also known for its ability to absorb impurities, including some toxins and pesticides that might be present in our soil. This can be particularly useful in areas where soil has been previously treated with chemicals. By incorporating charcoal, aka biochar, into the soil is a form of carbon sequestration, meaning it helps to lock carbon in the soil for long periods. And this is something fairly new to me. It also contributes to mitigating greenhouse gas emissions and combating climate change. So whenever we use charcoal in a container as filler or mix into potting soil, it is much lighter than gravel or rocks, making the pots easier to move. Woohoo! Now here are some important factors to consider, and we're going to be talking about the activated charcoal versus the regular charcoal. So while regular charcoal from wood offers benefit, activated charcoal has a much higher porosity and surface area due to a specific activation process, making it even more effective for absorbing and holding substances. We should avoid using grilled charcoal that has been treated with a lighter fluid or other chemicals, as these can be harmful to plants. It is recommended that we use the untreated hardwood charcoal because this is best. Some experts suggest that charging raw charcoal by soaking it in a nutrient solution like compost tea or mixing it into a compost pile for a period before adding it directly to the garden is best. Now, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I am going to say it again because charcoal by itself is not that effective. Whenever it is added to compost, it helps the charcoal to absorb nutrients and beneficial microbes, preventing it from initially sapping nutrients from the soil as it tries to reach equilibrium. Now let's get this drum filled so we can start the fire burning. I am about to light up my drum, and because safety is key, I have my water hose all ready to go. Well, that's not the one I'm going to have it on. I think I'm going to have it on the jet. Yeah, let me see. And I normally wet around the area as well. I think I should actually put a piece of zinc underneath this as well as on top of it. Well, I don't think I'm going to be using the one underneath it because the drum is already full. It is now 9:28 a.m. in the morning. I'm gonna see how long it's gonna take for the first set of stuff to burn out before I can actually add some more in there. My aim is to get charcoal from this project. That's why I added the bigger pieces of wood that I was using in the garden, but we are going to be throwing them out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use them. So hubby is planning to throw away all of this wood, including the plyboard that we have here. So I'm now trying to repurpose as much as I can to see if I can make charcoal for the garden. Yep. So I'm gonna see how long it's gonna take for the content to burn out before I can add some more in there. Good morning, peeps. How are y'all doing today? I am doing my garden check to see what I'm going to be doing today. Right now I'm heading over to the drum where I was making my charcoal yesterday. I want to check on its progress. I had to leave it burning for the whole night, and this is what I had to do. I put 3 blocks on top of the piece of zinc that I used to cover the drum last night, should in case we have heavy winds and it blow over, it would not cause any damages, any fire, anything. So let's get these blocks off and see what's happening down inside. All right, folks, so this is what is happening down in here. I think I threw this in. I think this was the last piece of board that I threw in the evening. And these coconut husk. And I really threw these in because I thought I was going to be outside longer. Yeah. So I can see that we have some charcoal down in the bottom. Let me check this out. And this is a piece of the wood. Oh my gosh, look at this, y'all. Look at charcoal. Oh gosh, so this big old piece in the bottom is not burnt out. Oh, burnt to an extent. All right, so I'm going to take out the pieces that is ready so I can go ahead and start using them in the garden. I need to grab a container to put these in. This probably wanted to burn some more, but I do have a few pieces. I might have to turn over the drum to get out that. All right, so these will be going back in along with these and these, but for this is going in the compost, and this is going in the compost as well. Yes, so this is real biochar, or charcoal like what we used to call it back home in Jamaica. So now what I'm gonna do to continue burning the charcoal, I'm going to be putting most of this in the bottom. Yeah, because I love how these really burn out, and look, they are looking so good. I know I might be needing a few pieces of this to use in the garden, but hey, right now compost is more important to me. So I'm gonna start packing now and put these in the bottom, and then I will start burning for the day. But for right now, that's gonna be it for today's video. So if you have never ever used charcoal in your garden, now is your time to start using it, because as I had mentioned before, the benefits of charcoal in the garden. And if you have a drum like this, or even 2 of the metal 5-gallon buckets, you can start burning your charcoal by using small pieces of sticks like this and whatever you can find in your yard. The lighter stuff like the paper will give you just the charcoal dust, but we are aiming for the charcoal itself, which is this. This is what we really need. See? And that powder right there can be used in your compost. All right, so I am not going to be adding this directly to the garden by itself. I'm going to be mixing it with the compost because it is more effective that way. All right, so go ahead and start making yourself some charcoal today. And I hope that this information was very useful for you. I know I'm going to be enjoying the process of making my very own charcoal going forward, as long as I can find sticks and wood and board and coconut husk, whatever I can find. Look at this big old piece of tree trunk. I know it's going to be burnt down one of these days eventually. All right, folks, so I'm going to get back to work right now. Happy gardening and all the best making your charcoal. The overall conclusion of this matter is using charcoal in our garden can lead to healthier plants, improved soil fertility, and more sustainable garden practices. Thank you so much for coming along with me, guys. I really and truly appreciate it. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers and for my returning subscribers. I really and truly appreciate you. So until next time, see you soon.